Doctor reveals how to drink water to gain muscle and stop sarcopenia. Let me ask you something that might shock you. You have been going to the gym, lifting weights, eating your protein, doing everything right, and yet your muscles are either not growing or worse, they are slowly disappearing. You are getting weaker. Your arms feel softer. Your legs tire faster than they used to, and you have no idea why. Here is what nobody told you. Here is what your trainer never mentioned. Here is what even most doctors completely overlook in their 5-minute appointments. The answer is not in your protein shake. It is not in your gym program. It is not even in your sleep schedule. It is in the glass of water sitting right next to you. I am doctor, and I have spent over 2 decades studying muscle physiology, aging, and cellular hydration. In that time, I have seen thousands of patients, athletes, seniors, office workers, bodybuilders, all making the exact same invisible mistake. They are dehydrated in ways they cannot feel, in ways that are silently destroying their muscle tissue from the inside out. Today, I am going to tell you the truth about water and muscle, a truth that the fitness industry ignores because there is no supplement to sell you. There is no product, no pill, no powder, just water, timing, and a little biology that could completely change your body in the next 90 days. Stay with me, because what I am about to share could be the most important thing you hear all year. What is sarcopenia, and why should you be terrified of it? Let me start with a word that most people have never heard, but every single person over the age of 30 should know. Sarcopenia. It comes from the Greek words meaning poverty of flesh. It is the progressive, age-related loss of muscle mass, strength, and function. And it begins not at 60, not at 50, but at age 30. After 30, the average person loses 3 to 8% of their muscle mass every single decade. After 60, that rate doubles. Think about that for a moment. Imagine you have a savings account, and every year, someone is quietly withdrawing money from it. Not a lot at first, just small amounts. But by the time you notice, half your savings is gone. That is exactly what sarcopenia does to your body. It is a slow, silent theft of your strength, your independence, and your quality of life. I had a patient, let us call him Mr. Ahmed, a 58-year-old man who came to me complaining that he could not open a water bottle anymore. His grip strength had fallen so severely that a simple daily task had become impossible. He was not lazy. He was not inactive. He went for walks. He ate reasonably well. But he had no idea that his muscles were being eaten from within, and that one of the major accelerants was something as simple as chronic mild dehydration. Here is what nobody tells you. Dehydration does not just make you thirsty. It does not just give you headaches. At the cellular level, even mild dehydration, as little as 2% fluid loss, triggers muscle protein breakdown, impairs muscle protein synthesis, reduces muscle cell volume, and increases cortisol, the stress hormone that literally eats your muscle tissue. Your muscle is 79% water. Let that number sink in. Nearly 80% of your muscle cell is water. When that percentage drops, your muscles do not just feel weaker. They biologically become weaker, they recover slower, they grow less, and they age faster. The biology of water and muscle growth. Now let me walk you through exactly what happens inside your body when you drink water correctly versus incorrectly. I want you to understand this not as a lecture, but as a story. The story of your muscle cells. Inside every muscle fiber in your body, there are tiny protein factories called ribosomes. Their job is to take amino acids, the building blocks from the food you eat, and assemble them into new muscle protein. This process is called muscle protein synthesis. It is the engine of muscle growth. Now, here is the critical detail. These protein factories only operate at full capacity when the cell is fully hydrated. Think of it like a car engine. A car engine needs oil. Without enough oil, the engine overheats, the parts grind against each other, and eventually the engine seizes up. Water is the oil of your muscle cells. Without adequate hydration, your protein factories slow down, stall, and eventually stop. At the same time, dehydration activates a completely different system, the protein degradation pathway. This is your body's recycling system. When resources are scarce, your body breaks down muscle protein to harvest amino acids for energy. Dehydration signals scarcity. Your body reads low hydration as a survival threat and begins cannibalizing your own muscle tissue. So let me make this crystal clear. When you are even mildly dehydrated, you are simultaneously building less muscle and destroying more of the muscle you already have. You are fighting a war on two fronts, and you are losing both battles. The timing of water intake. This is where everything changes. Now, here is where I am going to give you the specific, actionable information that most people never receive. Because it is not just about how much water you drink, it is about when you drink it. The first critical window is the morning. When you wake up, your body has been fasting for 7 to 9 hours. You have been breathing, sweating slightly, and running metabolic processes all night without any fluid intake. You wake up in a state of mild dehydration every single morning, even if you feel fine. This is important because the morning cortisol spike, which naturally peaks between 6 and 8 a.m., is significantly amplified by dehydration. And elevated cortisol is one of the most potent drivers of muscle protein breakdown. My clinical recommendation, and this is what I tell every single patient, is to drink 500 milliliters, about 2 full glasses, of water within the first 15 minutes of waking up. Before your coffee, before your breakfast, before anything else. This rehydrates your cells, blunts the cortisol spike, and sets your muscle protein synthesis machinery into motion for the day. I had a patient, a 42-year-old woman, a school teacher, who had been struggling to build any noticeable muscle despite months of resistance training. She was doing everything right in the gym. Her protein intake was solid, but the first thing she did every morning was make coffee and drink it slowly over an hour. She was starting every single day in a dehydrated, cortisol-elevated, muscle catabolic state for an entire hour before she even consumed any fluid. We changed one thing, just one, water first, 500 milliliters, immediately upon waking. Within 8 weeks, she noticed visible changes in her arm definition and recovery. Same workouts, same diet, just water, strategically timed. The second critical window is the pre-workout period, 30 to 45 minutes before exercise. During this time, you want to drink 400 to 600 milliliters of water. Here is the science behind this. Muscle contractions require water to generate force efficiently. Your connective tissues, tendons, ligaments, are lubricated by fluid. Your ability to produce adenosine triphosphate, your cellular energy currency, is directly impaired by dehydration. Studies show that a 2% reduction in body water can decrease exercise performance by up to 25%. That is a quarter of your potential evaporated. But here is something even more fascinating. Pre-workout hydration increases what we call cell volumization, the swelling of muscle cells with water. And this cellular swelling is actually a direct anabolic signal. Your body interprets a full, swollen muscle cell as a signal that resources are abundant and that it is safe to invest in building new protein. A shrunken, dehydrated cell sends the opposite signal. Drink before you train, and you are literally telling your muscles to grow. The third window is during your workout. The general guideline is 150 to 250 milliliters every 15 to 20 minutes of exercise. But the key principle I want you to remember is this. Do not wait until you feel thirsty. By the time thirst registers, you are already 1 to 2% dehydrated. The thirst mechanism is a late alarm. It is not an early warning system. Do not rely on it. The fourth window, and this one is critically underappreciated, is the post-workout recovery period. In the 30 to 60 minutes after training, your muscles are in a state of heightened protein synthesis. The cellular machinery is primed. The gates are open. But if you are dehydrated during this window, the machinery runs slowly, the gates are only half open, and much of the anabolic stimulus from your workout is wasted. Drink 500 to 700 milliliters of water in the hour following your workout. If possible, add a small amount of sodium, not a sports drink loaded with sugar, but a pinch of sea salt or a small electrolyte tablet to improve cellular absorption and retention. This is the difference between a workout that drives growth and a workout that just causes fatigue. Electrolytes, the missing piece of the puzzle. Now, I need to address something that I consider one of the most common mistakes I see, even among health-conscious people. Drinking water is necessary, but it is not sufficient. Water without electrolytes is like fuel without an engine. Electrolytes, primarily sodium, potassium, and magnesium, are the minerals that govern how water moves in and out of your cells. They are the gatekeepers of cellular hydration. You can drink 3 liters of water a day and still be functionally dehydrated at the cellular level if your electrolytes are imbalanced. Sodium gets a bad reputation. Everyone is told to reduce sodium. And yes, excessive processed sodium from junk food is harmful. But natural sodium from quality sources is absolutely essential for muscle function and hydration. Sodium holds water in the extracellular space and drives water into cells through specific transport channels. Potassium is the intracellular counterpart to sodium. It maintains the fluid balance inside the muscle cell itself. Low potassium means cells cannot retain water properly, and muscle cramps, weakness, and poor recovery follow. Magnesium is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, including protein synthesis and muscle contraction. Studies consistently show that magnesium deficiency is widespread and directly associated with accelerated muscle loss in aging populations. My recommendation is simple. Eat a diet rich in whole foods, vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, nuts, seeds, and your electrolytes will largely take care of themselves. But if you are exercising regularly, sweating heavily, or over the age of 50, consider adding a clean electrolyte supplement with no added sugar. Your muscles will thank you. Practical daily protocol, what I actually recommend to my patients. Let me give you the exact protocol I prescribe. Simple, clear, and clinically grounded. Upon waking, drink 500 milliliters of water before anything else. Add a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon if you like. This replaces nocturnal losses, blunts morning cortisol, and activates your metabolism. Through the morning, sip water consistently. Do not chug large amounts at once. Your kidneys can only process about 800 to 1,000 milliliters per hour. Excess beyond this is simply excreted. Consistent sipping maintains steady cellular hydration far more effectively than infrequent large doses. Before your workout, drink 400 to 600 milliliters, 30 to 45 minutes prior. During your workout, sip 150 to 250 milliliters every 15 to 20 minutes. After your workout, drink 500 to 700 milliliters within the first hour. With meals, drink water moderately. Contrary to old myths, water does not significantly dilute digestive enzymes at normal amounts. A glass of water with your protein meal actually aids amino acid absorption and muscle protein synthesis. Before bed, drink 200 to 300 milliliters. Not so much that you are up all night, but enough to prevent overnight dehydration from accelerating muscle breakdown while you sleep. Total daily target for an active adult: between 3 and 3.5 liters for men, 2.2 to 2.7 liters for women, adjusted upward for heat, exercise intensity, and body size. The age factor, why this matters even more. After 50. If you are over 50, I need to speak to you directly for a moment. The stakes for you are higher. The thirst mechanism weakens with age. Older adults have a blunted sense of thirst and are chronically underdrinking without even knowing it. At the same time, the kidneys become less efficient at concentrating urine, meaning more water is lost passively. Muscle cells in aging bodies are more sensitive to dehydration-induced breakdown. This combination creates a perfect storm for sarcopenia acceleration. But the beautiful thing, the genuinely hopeful thing, is that this is correctable. This is not a drug. It is not a surgery. It is not an expensive intervention. It is water, timed correctly, combined with resistance exercise and adequate protein. Studies show that correcting hydration status in older adults combined with resistance training can meaningfully slow and even partially reverse sarcopenia. You are not helpless against aging. Your muscles are listening to the signals you send. Give them water. Give them the signal to survive, to stay strong, to keep you independent and vital. I want to leave you with this image. Picture two trees, both planted in the same soil, both receiving the same sunlight, both pruned and cared for equally. But one tree is watered consistently, deeply, at the right times. The other is watered irregularly, too little, too late. Over years, one tree grows strong, deeply rooted, its branches thick and resilient. The other slowly weakens, its branches thinning, its roots shallow. You are that tree. Your muscles are your branches. Water is not a luxury. It is the very medium of life inside your cells. Every muscle fiber you have is waiting right now for the signal that resources are available, that it is safe to grow, that the environment supports strength. That signal starts with a glass of water. I have seen patients transform their bodies not by changing their workouts or their diets, but by changing how they hydrate. I have watched people in their 60s and 70s rebuild muscle they thought was gone forever. I have seen grip strength return. I have seen people climb stairs they had avoided for years, and it began with this simple, ancient, underrated molecule. So here is my prescription for you. Starting today, not tomorrow, not Monday, not next month, today, drink 500 milliliters of water the moment you wake up. Do it tomorrow. Do it the day after. Build the habit. Stack the timing windows. Get your electrolytes in order. And pair this with resistance exercise because water and protein and training are the three pillars of muscle health. Your body is not against you. It is waiting for you to give it what it needs. And what it needs more than almost anything else is water, given thoughtfully, consistently, strategically. You have the information now. You have the protocol. You have the science. The only question is whether you will act on it. I am Doctor, and I will see you in the next one. Stay strong, stay hydrated, and never stop investing in the body that carries you through this life.